Shalom Israel. Baha Shem. Yahweh Shai. All praises, glory to Yahweh. Halawaya. Praise Yahweh. And saying that, learn and understand what you worship and understand what this political game is about, because what's taking place in the media is all politically related. And then saying that, we're going to go to the book of John, the 5th chapter, and we're going to go to verse 39. And I'm going to go ahead into the book of Shalaki, I'm going to go to the book of James 4 and 4. John chapter 5 verse 39. Search the scriptures, for in them you think that ye have eternal life. Meaning that a lot of you all think that you have eternal life through the religious teachings. You understand me? A lot of you all think that you have eternal life, but in reality, you don't even have eternal life. Due to the fact that there's a lot of things that y'all lack understanding in. And understand that the church is a religious organization of man. It's a religious governing system. And the church is not designed to go into detail. The church is not designed to actually teach you what you worship, teaching you and understand what this political game is about, and how these politicians and their agenda are playing out the policies of Yahweh. See, there's a lot of things y'all lack understanding in, because the church is not designed to teach you what you worship, and yet it's designed to keep you captive into the religious ideology. Do you understand me? See, understand the church focus on social issues. That's why you see churches set it up in a neighborhood. Because see, although they y'all go to church, y'all believe in God, but yet the church don't teach y'all what y'all worshiping. Yet the church doctrines keep y'all into socialization, or keep y'all in idolization. See, so through a lack of understanding, a lot of y'all think that y'all have life, but y'all don't, due to the fact of that y'all in idolization. Because see, understand, in Matthew 7, he said that gate is wide and the way is broad. See, and understand that through a lack of understanding, many believers, many righteous people, whether they believe in God or not, they die outside of their faith. They don't even make it into the kingdom because they lack that understanding of what they worship. You understand me? Because see, understand, worshiping is an act of obedience. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so the church is not designed to teach you what y'all worship, and so through a lack of understanding in certain things, y'all fall victim to the lies. Y'all fall victim to the deceit and the schemes of these politicians. You understand me? And what happens is that y'all end up outside of your faith, despite of your confessions and belief, despite of your baptism. James chapter 4 verse 4. Ye adulterous and adulteress. Now, when talking about adulterous and adulteress, talking about idol worship, idolization. Ye adulterous and adulteress, know you not that friendship of the world is an enmity with Yahweh? Now, enmity is basically a barrier. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy to Yahweh. And a lot of you all are enemies to Yahweh. Because see, anything outside of the commandment is idol worship. See, idol worshiping is not just about the images of Caesar Borgia or the dude with the fat stomach, what, Buddha, Allah, and all these other images, graven images that you all have. Idolization is not just about the image. See, y'all have to understand, worshiping, again, is an act of obedience. Do you understand what I'm saying? See, so at the end of the day, y'all become enemies to Yahweh God, despite of your belief, despite of your baptism, despite of you quoting the scriptures. Go back to John 5 and 39. You all think that you all have life, but y'all really don't, because y'all lack understanding of what this game is about. You understand me? See, so at the end of the day, understand what you worship. Okay, because many people don't understand. I don't care how, it doesn't matter how much biblical knowledge that you have. You understand me? Listen to what, let me get Matthew, let me get Matthew 13. And let me get, let's go down to verse 17. I'm gonna start at 16. Matthew chapter 13, verse 16. Blessed are your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear. Now, blessed is the past tense, meaning they already blessed to see what they looking at. They are blessed to hear and understand what's taking place, so they are able to comprehend and understand what this whole game is about. You understand me? Let's read that again. Blessed, but blessed are your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men, whether they believe in God or whether they don't. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them. Meaning that what they looking at, a lot of you all can't understand what y'all looking at, even though you have knowledge of what you're looking at. But yet, at the end of the day, y'all don't understand what are you looking at. You understand me? Y'all know the Democrats, y'all know the Republicans, y'all know the racism, y'all know the political talking points, but yet at the end of the day, y'all lack understanding of what that political game is about. Because see, understand, it's all politically related. You understand me? The politician is playing out the prophecies of Yahweh. Yahweh prophecies are played out through these politicians' agenda. See, because y'all lack understanding and what this game is about. Because see, understand, life, the scriptures, the kingdom, the end of the world is all based on political and astronomical events that are going to take place. Do you understand me? See, so a lack of understanding, you all die outside of your faith. It doesn't matter how much knowledge that you have or how many times you go to church or sing in a choir. You understand me? At the end of the day, this is not for everybody, because see, everybody can't see and everybody can't understand what's taking place. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go back to let's read that again. James chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulterers, know you not that friendship with the world is an enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore be a friend of the world is an enemy to Yahweh. Meaning that y'all are enemies. It doesn't matter how much faith that you have. You understand me? At the end of the day, you all are enemies to Yahweh due to lack of understanding. And many of you die outside of your faith, despite of your confession and baptism. Do you understand me? Because y'all die in a separation. Although you believe and have faith, yet you die in a separation. You die in idolization. Do you understand me? Let me get Isaiah 59 right quick. And let me start at Isaiah 59 and 1. And I'm gonna go ahead on into back into the book of Matthew, and I'm gonna have I'm gonna go into Matthew 7. I'm gonna hit Matthew 7 and I'm gonna go straight to 22. Isaiah 59 verse 1. Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ears heavy that it cannot hear. Meaning that I never say that he cannot pick you up at any given moment and he's not able to hear you. Do you understand me? Let's read that again. Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ears heavy that it cannot hear. But your iniquities, listen, but your iniquities have separated between you and your God, and your sins have hid his face from you, that ye will not hear. Meaning that your iniquities kept y'all separated, despite of your confessions and belief, because sin separates you from Yahweh God, and y'all are separated through idolization. Although you have biblical knowledge through the religious teachings of these organizations or the religious governance system of man. You understand me? Listen to what Yahweh Shai say again. Let's go back to John 5 and 39. John chapter 5 verse 39. Search the scriptures, for in them you think, listen, you think that you have eternal life. See, a lot of y'all think that y'all have eternal life, but you don't. Because y'all don't understand this whole game. Because see, politics and religion is what this thing is about. And you can't separate politics and religion. As a result of the separation, y'all lack understanding in certain things. You understand me? So therefore your walk or your faith is vain, is vanity, it's emptiness. You understand me? Because see, understand the church is the church goes against or world the church religious organization, the church religious doctrines goes against the prophecies of Yahweh. But y'all not able to understand that. Because y'all lack understanding of politics and religion. You understand me? The church know and understand, but the church is not designed to teach you. But to keep you in idolatry, not idolatry, but idolization, Shalaki. Therefore, that the Catholic Church or these other nations, these heathens, they're going to rule over you religiously and economically. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Matthew chapter 7, verse 22. Many will say unto me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Meaning that he never knew you. Now knew is the past tense. Meaning despite of your confessions and belief, he never knew you. Despite of you going to church Saturdays or Sundays, despite of your revival meetings, despite of your Bible seminars that y'all like to have and conferences, hey, at the end of the day, he don't know you. And he don't know you because, see, if you know Yahweh God, you'll know his first commandments. It's idol worshiping. You understand me? This is what y'all know, and that's what y'all understand. To know God, to know Yahweh God, is to know the commandments. Do you understand me? See, y'all try to separate the commandments, but y'all can't separate the commandments because the commandments is a divine governing system that come directly from Yahweh God. Because see, these commandments governs a body of people. Do you understand me? See, so understand the commandments is broken into two. You have a divine tablet and you have a philosophical tablet. This is your religious belief system, and this is your you acting out your belief system through politics. You understand me? Cultural practices, your dietary, social laws, your ideology, your views, they all are going to align with your belief system. Do you understand me? Whether you believe in God, Yahweh, or not, at the end of the day, y'all become enemies to Yahweh because then y'all separate the commandments. Y'all lack understanding in politics and religion because it's one legal system. See, the Bible is not a religious book, although you have religious organizations that use the commandments. Do you understand me? But at the end of the day, a lot of you all think you have life, but y'all don't because y'all try to separate politics and religion. Do you understand me? And you can't separate them because they're one legal system. So therefore, y'all lack understanding in what y'all worshiping. Because if you know Yahweh God, you know thou shalt have no other gods, right? And it's not just talking about the images, okay? Thou shalt not make any graven images in any likeness, yet y'all still do that. Do you understand me? Thou shalt not bow down nor serve them, right? And a lot of you bow down and serve gods, false gods, because y'all lack understanding. You understand me? See, understand God is a title, okay? A supreme being with supernatural powers. Anybody can be God. And a lot of you bow down and serve the government because the government is your God. Why? Because you worship the government. Worshiping is an act of obedience. You understand me? See, so a lot of you all believe in God. Y'all embrace the Bible, right? But at the end of the day, y'all become enemies to Yahweh because y'all friends with the world. Because y'all embrace the religious ideology and philosophical views of man. So therefore, by y'all embracing these views, politicians and their agenda, y'all become enemies to Yahweh. Because see, understand, even though you have the church that's set up, the church is a religious governing system of man. And understand that religious ideology and the philosophical views of the world goes against Yahweh God. And Yahweh God is against man's ideology and philosophical views. You understand me? And that's politics, because why? It's a debate and conflict between individuals or parties. See, so there are things that y'all lack understanding in. So y'all become enemies to Yahweh. You understand me? Let's go back to 7 and what? Matthew 7 and 23. Matthew chapter 7 verse 23. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that worketh iniquity. Why? Because y'all lack understanding. So as a result of lack of understanding, y'all twist and bend to where y'all die in idolization. Y'all twist and bend Yahweh words to where y'all become friends and embrace the philosophy of man, of this world, his views. You understand me? So y'all become an enemy, because anything outside of the commandments is idol worship. And if you know Yahweh God, you'll know that graven image is idol worship. Okay, to know God is to know those commandments. To know the commandments is to know Yahweh God. And a lot of you all don't know Yahweh God, although y'all have religious teachings and y'all attend these religious organizations Saturdays or Sundays. You understand me? But yet at the end of the day, the religious ideology and the philosophical views of this world goes against the commandments and against Yahweh God, because it makes a mockery out of Yahweh God. You understand me? Let me get Colossians 2 and 8, and then let me go to the book of I'm already in John. Let me go to John 7 and 7. Colossians chapter 2 verse 8. Be aware lest any man spoil you through philosophy. Listen, be aware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. Now vain is emptiness. Let's read that again. But let's start at verse 7. I'm going to start at 7, then we're going to go to 8. Colossians chapter 2 verse 7. Shalaki, let me start at 6, so we get a deeper, better understanding. Colossians chapter 2 verse 6. As ye therefore receive Yahweh Shai the Lord, so walk in him. So when it says when you receive him and accept him, you live in him. You understand me? Walk means to live, means to exercise. You understand me? But y'all like understanding of who Yahweh Shai is. Okay? Let's read that again. As ye therefore receive Yahweh Shai the Lord, so walk in him, rooted and built in him, and established in faith. See? Listen, rooted and built in him. And a lot of y'all is now rooted and built in him. A lot of y'all is rooted into religious ideology of the church. Y'all are rooted into the philosophical views of these politicians' agenda. The Greek and Roman philosophers. Because see, they reshaped, the Greek and Roman philosophers reshaped the way how we view God, money, and materialism. A lot of these doctrines that y'all are captive to stand from the Greek and Roman philosophers. You understand me? It is what it is. So y'all now rooted into the truth. Y'all now rooted into biblical scriptures. You understand me? Y'all rooted in philosophy. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's read that again, verse 7. Rooted and built in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. And a lot of y'all is not taught. Even though you go to church every Saturday and Sunday, yet at the end of the day, and even though y'all have y'all Bible studies and seminars, yet at the end of the day, the pastor, y'all religious leaders is not designed to teach you what you worship. But see, understand, the church keeps you into on the philosophical issues of life. Because why? When we go back into Proverbs, what do you say? Guard the heart, because out of it flows the issues of life. Food, water, clothing, material matters. So the church focus on these things. Do you understand me? And to obtain these material matters, they give you religious ideology. You understand me? See, so the church is not designed to teach you, because they have a covenant with the government. You understand me? See, so a lot of y'all now rooted, despite of your baptism and you carrying the Bible. You understand me? Y'all are, at the end of the day, y'all are enemies to Yahweh God. You understand? Hey, oh, I done closed it up. I forgot. What I had, John 77, my bad. But we finna finish up. Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Be aware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after traditions of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ. Meaning that the world teaches you to go against Yahweh God. Do you understand me? Especially in today's politics with the cultural practice, or what you want to call identity politics. You understand? Well, I'm gonna give you an example. I told somebody earlier, y'all believe in God, right? Y'all got baptized. This Jesus who don't exist is your Lord and Savior, right? Religiously. But yet, when it comes time to practice that religious belief, y'all into the philosophical governing system of man. Like y'all believe in God, but y'all support sexual organ body removal parts from little kids. Y'all into the transgender movement. Y'all into the sexual the LBGT what politics of that shit, or whatever you want to call it. What transgender man ideology is that he's a man, but ideology he's think that he's a female. Do you understand me? See, so understand that the word ideology and the philosophical view goes against the Bible. Even though y'all read the Bible and carry the Bible and go on Saturdays and Sundays, yet y'all don't understand. Y'all not able to see that these agendas and any legislations of these politicians and their agenda and the world views of man goes against Yahweh God. That is politics. Do you understand me? Because the Bible is a political book. This game is built on politics and religion. You understand me? And you can't separate it. So through all this lack of understanding, although you believe, yet y'all die outside of y'all faith, yet while y'all still remain alive, y'all are enemies to Yahweh, and you are separated despite of your prayers. You understand me? Because y'all in idolization. Anything outside of the commandments is idolization. And the church is not going to teach you the commandments. You understand me? Because it's a philosophical religious system of man. You understand me? Today, we know it as the church to this day, but this religious system, governing system, goes back to Babylonian, which is known as the gate of gods. Do you understand me? See, there's a lot of things y'all like understanding on what this game and what the Bible is about, because y'all don't know the Bible nor God. So what happens is that you think you know, but you don't know through religious teachings of philosophy. You understand me? Y'all are rooted in philosophy. You understand me? John chapter 7 verse 7. The world cannot hate you, but it hated me because I testify of it, that the works therefore are evil. And the works are evil, he testified, right? Because see, Yahweh Shai is the commandments. Before Yahweh Shai came, the commandment went against the world ideology and philosophical views of man. You understand me? Let me give you an example. I'm going to use the tablet, right? The philosophical tablet, right? Thou shalt not covet, right? Now, through politics, okay? Through politics, through legislation, because y'all lack understanding of what y'all voting for, y'all lack understanding of what the commandments is about and what it's based on. So what happened is that you have legislations in place that causes you to violate the commandments, even though you believe in God, but yet y'all still covet. And the church keep you on them social issues because y'all covet on the philosophical material matters of this world. Do you understand me? I'm gonna give you an example. Like you got policies and regulations in place. Okay, like you have that 3-strike that convicted felon, right? If you're a 4-time convicted or 3-time convicted felon, it's hard for you to obtain employment in the community, right? In society. So what happened by you being a 4 or 5-time felon, you cannot obtain employment legally. So what happened is that causes you to what? To go outside of the moral values and rob and steal and kill to obtain material matters, because you need money to buy food, to focus on the social issues or the physical things that you need in life to survive: food, water, shelter, etc. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so the commandment goes against man's ideology and philosophy. Yet, y'all not able to see that despite of your belief. You understand me? See, so a lot of you all think that you all have life, but you don't. Y'all really enemies to Yahweh God. And y'all are separated. You understand me? It is what it is. Because see, understand, the Bible is a political, historical book. Do you understand me? It's not a religious book. Because the Bible, I mean not the Bible, but the commandments is a divine governing system. The commandments come directly from Yahweh God himself. That's what makes it divine. You understand me? The commandments is a divine governing system. Alright, that comes directly from Yahweh God. So let me get let me go into the book of Exodus 31 and 18. Exodus 31 verse 18. And he gave unto Moses, when he had made it in a communion with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone written with the finger of Yahweh. And again, you have 2 testimonies, 2 tables. You have a divine tablet, and you have a philosophical tablet. Now, this divine tablet is what we call theocracy politically. Do you understand me? Biblically, this is called the commandments. Or not the commandments, Shilaki, but the kingdom. Because the kingdom is a divine governing system. Why? Because this divine tablet and the philosophical tablet governs a body of people. You understand me? And a lot of countries have the commandments into their laws. China, Russia do too. The Caribbean islands, a lot of these these countries, they have the commandments into their laws. Because these commandments governs a body of people. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. And they come directly from Yahweh God. You understand me? See, so understand that the Bible is a political, historical book. Because see, understand, the Bible, it relates to governments. You understand? Whether it's divine or philosophical, at the end of the day, it relates to government and public affairs to a country. You understand me? And in fact, let me get Genesis 10 and 10. And let me go ahead into let me go and get Daniel. Well, I think no. Let me get First Kings. Let me get First Kings 2 and 12. And then I'm gonna go on ahead 2 and 12, and I'm gonna go ahead into I'm gonna hold that, and I'm gonna get book of Daniel. I'm gonna go to the book of Daniel, and I'm gonna get Daniel what 7 and I want 14, but I'm gonna start at 13. Genesis chapter 10 verse 10. Should I just start at verse 9. Verse 9. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it was said that even as the mighty... Wait, let's read that again. Genesis 10 verse 9. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. Meaning that he was against Yahweh God. You understand me? In the beginning of his kingdom. Listen. In the beginning of his kingdom. See, now kingdom and countries is the same biblical and political definitions. Is when you have these little cities and their territory comes together that form that state. That state and its territories come together with other territories of states, and they form a country. And these countries come together with their territories and form that governing system. Do you understand me? Let's read that again. Genesis chapter 10 verse 9. And he was a mighty hunter before the Lord, wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. Meaning that his kingdom it's a monarchy kingdom. It's a philosophical governance system of man. Do you understand me? And these cities came together, and these territories came together to form that governing system of man. And that philosophical system of man is what we know as Babylon. You understand me? And Babylon is a monarchy system, okay, philosophical system of man. Yet that philosophical system composed of two parts. You have a religious and a political system. Do you understand me? Hey, it is. Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand that a one-world government ain't nothing new. You understand me? This one-world government, Babylonian system is still here to this day. It was in the beginning, and it survived throughout history. You understand? Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom. See, and a kingdom and countries is the same biblical definition. You understand me? Here we go. You have Genesis 10, right? You have Babel, Akkad, Cladni, right? In the land of Shinar, right? So those cities makes up that Babylonian system, philosophical system, right? Now you have the 12 tribes of Israel, or the sons of Jacob, because Jacob got that victory and his name was changed to Israel. You understand me? See, so all 12 tribes of the Hebrew Israelites represents that divine governing system, because Yahweh God gave the children of Israel the commandments. Do you understand me? The commandments is the divine governing system. Do you understand me? And just like how Akkad, Cladni, in the land of Shinar, all them cities form that country, that kingdom. So does the 12 tribes of Israel. They form that country, they form that kingdom. That kingdom is a divine governing system, because the commandments came directly from Yahweh God. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's read 14 again. Daniel chapter 7, verse 14. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. See, so that one world governing system is not nothing new. You understand me? And whether it's divine or philosophical, at the end of the day, I mean, well, the divine or philosophical, at the end of the day, the scriptures relates to governments. Do you understand me? Let's go to 1 Kings. 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 12. Then sat Solomon upon the throne of David his father, and the kingdom was established greatly. See, so we're talking about a divine governing system. The kingdom is a divine governing system. It's a monarchy system, meaning that David is going to rule. You understand me? Like how we here in America, you have one president that we vote for to rule over America. Same thing with Nimrod. Nimrod was the mighty one, and he ruled Babylon. You understand me? Because see, understand, Babylon is a monarchy system. Because see, y'all have to understand the commandments. Because see, understand the commandments. Let me go back so we can get an understanding. See, because y'all have to understand, commandments is one legal system again, right? Now it's broken into two. You have that divine tablet, right? Now the philosophical tablet, this is where the governing system of man come into play. This is where the church, the religious organization of man come into play, because see, the philosophical issues focus on philosophical views of life, social issues in life. Do you understand me? Thou shalt not, like number 4, thou shalt not steal. Yet through manipulations, people steal. Do you understand me? Through regulations, the government steal and take from the American people, from the children of Israel. Do you understand me? Through politics, through regulations. Y'all don't understand this whole game, because this whole game, the world is against Yahweh God, and Yahweh God against this world. And that's what y'all have to understand. See, so if you for Yahweh God, then you're against this world. Now y'all believe in God, but y'all embrace the world, so y'all become enemies to Yahweh. And through the biblical teachings, that you all think that you all have life, but y'all really don't have no life. hey, hey, it is what it is. Hey, it is what it is. Hey, that's what y'all have to understand. Let me go into the book of Matthew 4 and 4 and 8. Matthew chapter 4 verse 8. Again the devil taketh him up into the exceeding high mountain, and show him all kingdoms of the world and the glory of them. See, all kingdoms of the world. He showed them the past, present, and future kingdoms. All the kingdoms that Yahweh Shai saw on that mountain were philosophical governing system of man. You understand me? See, y'all have to understand politics and religion is what the Bible is about, and it's what it's based on. You understand me? The Bible is a political book. You understand me? You got your commandments is in conflict with the commandments of man. Y'all have to understand it is a war that's taking place, but y'all not able to see it because y'all lack understanding in spite of you going to church and carrying the Bible. You understand me? Because see, understand the Bible is a governing system. In fact, let's go down to verse 16. What we in Matthew 4? Matthew chapter 4 verse 16. The people which sat in darkness saw great light, and to them which sat in that region and in the shadows of death light sprung up. From that time Yahweh Shai began to preach and to say, repent. Now repent means to turn back. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. See that divine governing system at hand. Right? Because those people that sat in that region sat in darkness. They sat in the philosophical governing system of man. Do you understand me? The governing system of man is darkness, and the commandments is light. You understand? Let me get Proverbs. Proverbs what 6? I think what 6 and 23. And let me go ahead on into we already let me go into the book of Daniel. And let me get I think what Daniel 7. I mean Shalaki, let me get Daniel 8, and then let me get Daniel 8 and 23. Proverbs chapter 6 verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and the reproof of instructions are the ways of life, meaning this life in the commandments. The commandments is a light. Do you understand me? Because with the commandments is light, meaning that by y'all knowing the commandments, statutes, and ordinances, y'all able to see what y'all worshiping. Y'all able to hear and understand what these politicians are talking about through their speeches. You'll be able to see and understand, see right through the regulations and the policies of these politicians. Basically, you will understand what you worship. You will see and understand what you worship. You will walk according to the commandments. You will walk according to that divine nature. Do you understand me? It is what it is. All right. Daniel chapter 8 verse 23. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to a full, a king of fierce continuance and understanding dark sentences. Listen, and understanding dark sentences shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. Meaning that his power going to be mighty, but yeah, y'all going to vote these people in the office. Y'all going to vote them in the office, and they're going to pass legislation that's going to enslave you, religiously and economically, because y'all like understanding of what y'all voted for. Y'all like understanding of what this political game is about and how politically it's related. You understand me? Because the church is, again, the church is not designed to teach you. You understand me? Because it's a religious organization of man. You understand me? See, so understand the commandments is the divine governing system. And Yahweh Shai is an affair to this governing system. Because Yahweh Shai is the commandments. You understand me? Because he came establish a divine governing system. Let me get Isaiah 9. and 6. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be on his shoulder. And that government is a divine governance system, and that on his shoulders is the commandments. Do you understand me? Politically, it'd be called, we call it theocracy. Theocracy is a divine intervention. Of course, a group of men rule to that intervention. Do you understand me? Theocracy is a religious governance system of man. Now, America is a religious governance system. America financial institution is capitalism. Do you understand me? And a political and the philosophical governance system of theocracy, of that divine governance system, today is what we call the Republican Party. Do you understand me? See, so there's a lot of political things that y'all like understanding in, and the church is not designed to teach you. Do you understand me? Between the Republicans and the Democrats, because see, a lot of you all like understanding what y'all voting for. Y'all like understanding of the game. So what happened at the end of the day, y'all end up being captive to the politicians' agenda. So what happened, despite your belief in God and carrying the Bible and your baptism, y'all become enemies to Yahweh. Y'all are separated. Do you understand me? Yeah, you can pray for material matters and any material matters come to pass. You understand me? But you have to understand, you got the commandments of Yahweh God to obtain riches and wealth, and you got the commandments of man to obtain riches and wealth. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna give you an example. Let me go into let me get Isaiah 45, and let me get verse what? Verse 3. Isaiah 45, verse 3. And I will give thee treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which called thee by thy name, am Yahweh of Israel. Meaning that he gave Cyrus the riches and wealth of Babylon. And when he gave the riches and wealth of Babylon, they was in darkness, due to the fact of that Cyrus obtained the material, the wealth of Babylon through military campaign force, through the military campaigning and military any foreign policies and regulations that allowed the other cities to come together so that they could go and conquer Babylon. Do you understand me? See, so those treasures are darkness because they are worldly treasures. See, if the treasures are light, then they come from Yahweh God, because Yahweh God is a capitalist. Do you understand me? Anything outside of the commandments is darkness. So you cannot see what you worshiping, because you got philosophy upon philosophy upon philosophy upon philosophy. Do you understand me? So you don't know where to go, because y'all believe this doctrine, y'all believe this doctrine, y'all go back to this doctrine, and y'all come over to this doctrine, and y'all go back to this doctrine, and at the end of the day, y'all become enemies, because y'all lack understanding. So y'all not rooted in nothing but emptiness. You understand me? So at the end of the day, I never, Matthew 7 and 22, I never knew you, depart from me, ye that worketh iniquity. Because he never knew you. Because to know Yahweh God is to know the commandments. To know the commandments is to know Yahweh God, and understand that first commandment is idolization. But yet the church keep y'all in idolization. Do you understand me? Through the religious teachings and doctrines. So despite of y'all knowledge, y'all are enemies. Y'all die outside of y'all faith. Do you understand me? That's why that gate is so small. I mean, the road to the kingdom is so small that only a few people are going to be able to see and understand what they're looking at, what they worshiping, and understand and comprehend what's taking place when politicians push their religious ideology and views. They will understand it and see right through the commandments of man. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand that Yahweh Shai came and he established a divine governance system. You understand me? Back to Matthew 4, 4:17. what, 4:17, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. That divine governance system is at hand. He came and established that the system. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. All right, see, so understand that the Bible is the political book, and Yahweh Shai is the public affairs to that country. Do you understand me? Because see, understand the Bible relates to government, whether they're philosophical or divine, and Yahweh Shai represents that divine governing system, because the Bible is a governing book, a divine governing system. Okay, it's not a religious book. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. All right. See, so understand this is the book of law, and in fact, let me get I think what, Deuteronomy. Let me get Deuteronomy 31 and 26, I believe. Let me get Deuteronomy 31 and 26. And then I'm going to go ahead on into the book of, I'm going to go over chapter to Joshua. And I'm going to get 1 and what? 8. Deuteronomy 31, verse 26. Take this book of law. Listen. Take this book of law and put it in the sight of the ark covenant of the Lord your Yahweh, that it may be therefore a witness against thee. Meaning that all these events that take place, and all these events that was committed against the children of Israel throughout the years are written down into these scriptures. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so understand that what's written down is against the children of Israel, not only with mankind and the Gentiles, because see, understand the Gentiles don't know the commandments. Y'all don't know God. And understand that the children of Israel, they don't know Yahweh God neither, because they never kept the commandments. They quickly went into slavery. The northern kingdom went into slavery. Judah stayed, and next thing you know, time passed by, and Judah went in captivity. Do you understand me? See, so when you go back to the New Testament, where Paul talking about circumcision and uncircumcision, talking about the Gentiles and the Israelites. Why? Because nobody never kept the commandments. Do you understand me? But at the end of the day, the Bible is a governing book. It's a divine governing system. It's not a religious book, and a lot of religious organizations use this because why? The commandments governs a body of people. Do you understand me? Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. This book of law shall not depart out thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein, for thou shalt make thy way prosperous when thou shalt have good success. And it's talking about the commandments. The commandments is a divine governing system. Do you understand me? See, so the financial institution to capitalism is to the commandments is capitalism. Shalaki. You understand me? Because Yahweh God is the capitalist himself. You understand me? See, so when you focus on the divine governing system, that's why you go back to Matthew 4 and 17 when he say repent to turn back from worshiping and exercising the philosophical system of man, that is darkness, and embrace and worship the commandments of Yahweh God, the kingdom, the commandments. Do you understand me? Because the commandments is a divine governing system, and the financial institution to the system is capitalism, because Yahweh God himself is the capitalist. Do you understand me? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 28, and then I'm going to start at verse 2. Well, I'm going to start at 1. Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy Yahweh, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord will set thee high above all nations of the earth. Meaning that regardless of whatever situation you're in, by you hearkening to the voice of Yahweh God, hearkening to these commandments, all these nations is going to put you above themselves and other nations. Do you understand me? See, so basically life, even though you're in the system of Esau, and the East system is against the children of Israel, yet in the process of Esau and his kingdom and his legislation that's against us, yet these people is going to put the children of Israel above themselves and other nations. Do you understand me? So it's not so much a matter of Esau's system coming against you and life becomes hard. It's the fact that you got to think about being disobedient. See, so there are consequences for being disobedient economically. You understand me? So you got economic consequences. See, so the consequences of obeying and hearkening to the voice. You understand me? You'll be put above all nations, meaning that no matter where you go, all nations are going to put you above themselves and their own other nations and their own people themselves. You understand? Let's go to verse 2. And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy Yahweh. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, blessed shalt thou be in the field, meaning when you at work or you outside of work and enjoying yourself, you're going to be blessed. Do you understand me? You won't have no drama, you won't have no issues. You understand me? With nobody. You understand me? It is what it is. Verse 4. Blessed shall be the fruit of the body, and fruit of the ground, and fruit of the cattle, the increase, listen, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. And that increase is what we call capitalism. You understand me? Because capitalism is operation and mean for production. Do you understand me? See, so the more you increase, the more you have. See, understand, there's freedom in the capitalism. You understand me? But a lot of you all lost and confused, and y'all die because y'all lack understanding. Because democracy is the philosophical view that promotes independence and free will. You understand me? See, y'all don't understand this whole political game because it's all politically related. You understand me? See, so that's the increase, meaning that you're going to eat healthy. You understand me? When you go shopping, you're going to eat healthy foods. You're going to increase. That don't mean that you're finna go out and make $1 million and then increase that 1 million to 10 million. No, you're not living material matters of this world. Meaning that regardless, you won't be in the lack of nothing, even though you may have money, but you're gonna have money to where you won't really actually run out. Meaning that whatever situation you run across that requires money, it's going to be right there available because you hearken into the voice of Yahweh God. You embrace the commandments. You embrace a divine governing system. You understand me? And He's going to put you above and give you some of the things, material matters that you need. Not what you want, but what you need. And then He's going to use these people that you're going to rise above. You're going to overcome all obstacles of life, social issues. You understand me? By hearkening to the voice of the Lord. Verse 5. Blessed shall thy basket and storehouse. Blessed shall thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shall thou be when thou goest out. Meaning that you're going to be blessed when you leave your house, and you're going to be blessed when you come back home. You understand me? So no matter where you go, you're going to be in the lack of nothing, because when you hit your debit card, you're always going to have money on your debit card. You understand me? See, we don't have store baskets, and today we have them symbolic for bank accounts and debit cards. See, so you always going to have money. You're going to be in the lack of nothing. Do you understand me? Because you're meditating on the book of law. You're meditating on the divine governing system. Do you understand me? Like I told somebody earlier, I'm an Israelite, but Israelites, this is not a religion. You understand me? This is who we are as a nation, as a people, according to the scriptures. You understand me? Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhist, whatever religion, those are man-made religion. Israel is not a religion. You understand me? Israel is who we are as a nation of people. You understand me? And I proved it through the politics of it. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand the Bible is a political book. You understand me? Because it relates to governments. You understand me? It's a historical book due to the fact that you have political events that have taken place throughout the years, and they are still taking place to this day. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. So matter of fact, let me get let's go back into the book of Isaiah. And let me go into the book of Isaiah 45, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead into Ezra, the first chapter. I'm gonna get Ezra 1 and 1 and 1. I'm gonna start with Ezra 1 and 1. Ezra chapter 1 verse 1. Now in the first year of Cyrus the king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred the spirit up of Cyrus the king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all kingdoms, and put it also in writing, saying, Thus said Cyrus the king of Persia, the Lord Yahweh of heaven hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth. You understand me? See, so understand that Yahweh have used Cyrus to conquer all kingdoms of the earth. Do you understand me? That includes the Babylonians, that includes the Arcadians, and that including the Medes. You have to understand those empires was in the same geographical location in what we call Babylon. But see, understand, Babylon is a monarchy system, yet at times the Bible speaks about that geographical location. You understand me? Because you have political events that have taken place in that geographical location. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Now you say Jeremiah, but we're going to go to another prophet. We can go to Isaiah. Isaiah 45 verse 1. Thus said the Lord to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand have I holden, to subdue all nations before him, and I will loose the loins of kings, to open before him 2 lead gates, and the gate shall not be shut. I will go before thee and make thee crooked places straight. I will break in pieces the gates of brass and cut in sunder the bars of iron. And he talking about them policies and regulations that was in place. He was going to break them. He was going to cut them down. Do you understand me? See, so understand that he used Cyrus and military force to conquer Babylon. Do you understand me? It is what it is, okay? And you had the Greeks, Alexander and them came and conquered the Syrian Empire. I'm gonna go through the history, but I'm not gonna go through every last event that took place in history. See, so we went from Persia, conquering Babylon. Now we're going to go to Alexander and how they conquered the Syrian Empire. Now understand the Syrian Empire, Tyre, Sidon, son of Taurus, Syrian, they are all Edomites. Yet understand that the Greeks had conquered and enslaved the Edomites. See, so when you say that, have Esau people ever been in slavery? Hell yeah. You understand me? They was enslaving. In fact, Esau enslaved his own fucking people. Like to this day, China enslaved their own people. Zelensky, he enslaved his own Ukrainian people. Russia slaughtered his own people. When he had that interview when he asked about Donald Trump, when they had that interview with Putin, where he said, America, y'all kill black people every day. So how you gonna call me a killer when y'all kill everybody every day? Through policies, through regulations, through law enforcement, or that 95 or that 94 crime bill. Y'all gotta understand this game. You understand me? But at the end of the day, the Greeks came in and enslaved the Syrian Empire. And in fact, let me go in the Apocrypha. Let's get First Maccabees 1. And then I'm gonna go on ahead into the book of I'm gonna go back into the book of Numbers 24, and I'm gonna get 24. First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander the son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius the king of Persia and the Medes, and had reigned in his stead the first over Greece, and made many wars and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went throughout the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him. Whereupon, as was exalted, as his heart was lifted up, and he gathered a mighty host. And a strong host that he gathered was his 4 generals. And they went out and conquered the barbarian world. You understand me? And he gathered a mighty strong of hosts, and ruled over countries and nations and kings, who came contributories unto him. Meaning that he came and conquered the barbarian world. He came and conquered the Syrian, the Babylonians, the Akkadians, the Medes, the Babylonians, and also I think with the Egyptians too. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Yeah, the Egyptian because Ptolemy became the first European to sit on the throne of Egypt. And what happened was that Ptolemy and them pushed the Egyptians down in Sudan. You understand me? So the Egyptians are basically the Sudanian people. You understand me? But Ptolemy came and conquered Egypt. They conquered what we know as the Middle East. Do you understand me? See, so understand that the Edomites, the Syrian Empire, they was enslaved and they were held captive to the Greeks. Numbers 24, verse 24. And the ships shall come from the coast of Chittim, and shall afflict Asher. Now when it says Asher, he's talking about Ashur-Banal. You understand me? And shall afflict Eber, and he also shall perish forever. You understand? And let's go to and to finish that up, let's hit we can go to Isaiah 23, and I'm gonna go to 1 right quick. Isaiah 23 verse 1. The burden of Tyre, how ye ships of Tarshish, for it is laid wait, so that there is no house, no entering in from the land of Chittim. It is revealed to them. Now let's go down to verse 9. The Lord of hosts hath proposed it to stain the pride of all glory, and to bring in contempt all the honorables of the earth. And he's talking about Tyre and Sidon, because see, Tyre and Sidon was great merchants of the earth. Whoever controlled the Middle East, they controlled the world. Why? Because you had the 4 major trade routes that go through that land. See, understand, that land of Canaan was made for the children of Israel to rule the world. You understand me? See, so right now, in the Middle East, whoever control that Middle East, they control the major routes, they control the world. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go to verse 10. Pass through thy land, O river, O daughter of Tarshish. There is no strength in thee. He stretched out his hands over seas, he shook kingdoms. The Lord had given a commandment against the merchant city to destroy the strongholds thereof. And he's talking about the Syrian economy, because Tyre and Sidon were strong merchants. See, so the Syrian Empire was strong economically. Do you understand me? See, all kingdoms fall economically first. You understand me? Egypt fell economically. America is going to be reduced to another third world country. Why? Because economically it's going to fall first. Do you understand me? See, you got economic, political, catastrophic events that will take place. Do you understand me? See, so y'all like understanding of what y'all worship. You understand? It is what it is. Let's go down to verse 12. And he said, thou shalt no more rejoice, O thou oppressed virgin, daughter of Zidon, arise, pass over to Chittim, and there also shalt thou have no rest. See, so understand that the Cyrus, Persia came and conquered Babylon. The Greeks, Alexander and his generals came and conquered the Syrian Empire and all kingdoms of this earth. And the Greeks have failed to the Romans, right? So let's go into the book of let's go back into the book of Daniel, and I'm gonna have Shalaki, let me get Daniel, the 2nd chapter. Shalaki, let me get Daniel 7 and Shalaki, let me get Daniel chapter 2 and 40. Daniel chapter 2 verse 40. And the 4th kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdue all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. Meaning that it was going to break into pieces. Those pieces, what we know today is called countries. You understand me? Because country and kingdom is the same biblical and political definition. You understand me? Hey, here's what it is. All right, so they were going to break in pieces and bruise, and those pieces to what we did is called country. See, so the Roman Empire was broken up into what we know as Eastern and Western Europe. You understand me? And they broke into pieces because they was bruised. Now, when you have an object and you hit the skin, you're going to see the bruise. And what happened is that the Roman Empire was bruised through philosophy. You understand me? Let's go up to verse 33. Daniel chapter 2 verse 33. The leg of iron, the feet part of iron, part of clay. Thou sawest till the stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon the feet that were of iron and clay, and break them into pieces. And that stone that broke them into pieces is called philosophy, because philosophy came in around about the 2nd century, 3rd century, 2nd or 3rd century, but I believe it's the 2nd century. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so philosophy will smoke that image. You understand me? Let's go to verse 35. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, silver, and gold broken to pieces together, and Babylon was broken up into today what we know as countries. Right now it's known as Iran. You understand me? Okay, it is what it is. And became like the shaft of a summer threshing floor, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them, that the stone that smote that image became a great mountain that filled the whole earth. And he's talking about that stone was philosophy. That mountain is what you call democracy. And democracy have filled this whole earth. America promotes democracy. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so all these kingdoms don't exist no more. So the Roman Empire has broken up into pieces to what we know today as Eastern and Western Europe. Let's go back down to we're in Daniel 2. Let's go back down to let's read verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with mere clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partially strong and partially broken. Whereas thou sawest iron mixed with mere clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave to one another, even as iron is not mixed with mere clay. And he's talking about philosophy and religion what broke the empire up. However, the empire or these countries are still together through NATO, through democracy, through political or foreign policies. However, they are divided due to the fact of that you got multiple religious belief systems, like Christianity, Catholic Church, right? Let's say the Catholic Church, right? Catholic and Christianity is the same religion. Judaism and Islam, they all Abrahamic religions, right? Yet you got different branches of Christianity. You got Judaism, you got Islam, and then you got Catholicism. Do you understand me? Now in the Christianity church, you got different denominations. Like Judaism, they call they say Yeshua, right? In Christianity, y'all say the word Jesus. You understand me? In Islam, y'all say what? Allah or whoever, y'all think of him as a prophet. You understand me? But now understand that Christianity is one religion, but you have Abrahamic religion that's embraced into Christianity, right? They all believe in Mary and Jesus, but it's just that one group call them this name, another group call it that name. But yet they are the same God, same worshiping practice. Goes back to Mary and Jesus. Goes back into Babylonian with Semiramis and Talmud. You understand me now? You got the Christian church, right? You got Jehovah's Witnesses and the Salvationists, right? Now the difference between a Jehovah's Witness and the Salvationists and the Baptist church is that they believe in Mary and Jesus, yet they have different religious ideology and different views when they read the Bible. Because the Jehovah's Witnesses are into the Mosaic law, so they're going to wear long skirts. When you go into the black church in the black neighborhood in the Baptist church, you're going to see women with short skirts, and you can see their thongs and their whole body print. Do you understand me? Because religious teachings, ideology, that they are under grace. And God say, come as you are. You understand me? Because you are saved by works and not by, you are saved by grace and not by works. See, so the religious teachings in these organizations causes y'all to become enemies to Yahweh God, because see, regardless of what organization, religion y'all are in, yet they are designed to keep you captive to idolization. You understand me? That's why listen to what Yahweh Shai say. Let's go to the book of Luke 4 and let's get 18. Luke chapter 4 verse 18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recover sight to the blind, to set liberty them that are bruised. And a lot of y'all are bruised. A lot of y'all are captive to the church religious ideology. Do you understand me? Y'all are captive to the politician views. You understand me? So therefore y'all become enemies to Yahweh God, despite of your biblical knowledge, despite of you attending church. You understand me? But at the end of the day, the Bible is a political, historical book, because you had events that have taken place throughout history. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. And now let's get let's go to the let's get Revelations 13. And then I'm gonna go ahead into I'm gonna get Revelations 13 and 1, and then I'm gonna go ahead into Revelations. Oh, now you can come through, brethren. No, you can go through, and I'm gonna get Revelation 17, and I'm gonna start at verse 7. Nah, you can go around. No, you can go around. Nah, you don't have to do all that, brethren. You good? You won't be on there like that. Okay. All right. Revelations chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horn 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. And they talking about Western Europe, not the Roman Empire. They're talking about Western Europe, because you have the 7 heads. The 7 heads is a Portuguese, a Drona. You have Spain. You have Portuguese, Drona, you have Spain, you have England, you have Italy, you have France, and then you have Germany. You have 7 heads. And now the 3 that makes up the 10 is Belgium, Netherlands, and Switzerland. You understand me? So those makes up Western Europe. You understand me? Hey, hey, it is what it is. Revelations chapter 17, verse 7. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman with the beast that carried her, which have 7 heads and 10 horns. And that beast is what we call Western Europe. You understand me? 7 heads and the 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And it's talking about America. Do you understand me? Because America is that 8th beast. You understand me? And in fact, let me go into the Apocrypha. Let me get 2nd Ezra, and I'm gonna get 12 and 17, but I'm gonna hold that. All right, I'm gonna hold that, and we're gonna finish up. We're gonna go to verse 9. Revelation 17, verse 9. And here is the mind which have wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. And America sit on 7 mountains. Why? Because all those 7 is built, political system is built on democracy. You understand me? America is a monarchy system. England is a monarchy system. Now understand, England and America has a monarchy system, yet all 7 and all kingdoms political system is based on democracy. Sean Ping is based on democracy. Putin, his political system is based on democracy. What's his name? In Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, he have to be voted in. You understand me? Modi of India, he have to be voted in. Even in South Africa, they have to be voted in. Yet through a lack of understanding, they vote these people in, and then they pass legislation that they cannot vote again. they pass legislations that they stay in the power forever and they continue to rule. That's why you see the southern border of America, how these people coming across, because they escaping economic enslavement due to the fact that they lack understanding of what they were voting for. So they enslaved their own self and left their own country. You understand me? And that mountain is what we call democracy. And America sits on the seven head. Why? Because America is still attached to England financially. Although America got its religious independence, yet America is still financially attached to England. You understand me? 2nd Ezra, chapter 12, verse 17. As for the voice which thou heardest speak, and that thou sawest not to go from the heads, but from the midst of the body thereof. And let's read that again. As the voice which thou heardest speak, and that thou sawest not to go out from the heads, but from the midst of the body thereof. This is the interpretation. Why? Because America is still detached religiously from England, from the seven heads, yet it's still attached to the seven heads through NATO. That's why when Donald Trump came in office and was like, yo, we finna back out of NATO, then they started bugging out. You understand me? Because America is that backbone to the seven heads. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so America is that eighth beast. You understand? Let's go back to Revelations 13 and let me go to verse 11. Revelations 13 verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, which had two horns like a lamb and spoke as a dragon. And it's talking about America. You understand me? Because America came out of England. You understand? Hey, it is what it is. All right? You understand? Where we at? 11. Yeah, and understand that that beast that came out of the earth, that came out of the sea, that ride the seven heads is America. You understand me? See, so understand you have political events that taking place that's recorded in the scriptures. You understand me? See, so at the end of the day, America, I mean not America, but the Bible is a political, historical book. Due to the fact that the Bible relates to government. You understand me? It relates to governments, and you have political events that have taken place. It's a prophetic book also because history repeats itself. You understand me? So that's why y'all have to learn and understand what y'all worship. Because see, at the end of the day, a lot of y'all fall victim to the system and die outside y'all faith.